everyone. How are you doing today? It is Wednesday, March 7th, 2018. I'm coming at you for my weekly update. Actually filming a little bit earlier today, even though I have the lights on because it's a pretty gloomy, dark, cloudy day because I'm home early. We had a 2-hour early dismissal from school. We are getting, they can't make up their mind how much snow we're getting. But originally we were supposed to get 6 to 12 inches. Then they've knocked it back to 4 to 6. Now then they were up to 4 to 12, and now I think they're saying 4 to 8. But I don't know. It looks like we already have close to 4 inches out there. Everything's pretty well covered and sticking, and it's that really heavy, wet, like really heavy, wet, sticky snow. So everything is, all the trees are covered, and it's pretty now, but for a while there it was really slushy and thick, and just it was a bear to get home. Anyways, I have not had a whole lot of stitching this week. I do have some, let's just real quick, let's talk about life update. As you saw at my intro, I got to go to the Philadelphia Flower Show this week. I do that. This was my second year going. I always enjoy going to the flower show. I used to be an avid gardener. I wouldn't say avid, but I like gardening. I do have my fair share of plants in the house. I don't have anywhere to garden outside, but I have a couple orchids and Christmas cactus, and now my new thing, what I'm all into. Sorry, Heidi, I'm stealing that from you right now. What I'm all into, because cross stitch and knitting isn't enough or expensive enough. What I'm all into. Bonsai. Yeah. I have not always, I have wanted to try bonsai for many, many, many years. I have books on bonsai that I've been interested in wanted to get into, but I've been too hesitant to, I don't know, because cross stitch for me, you're going to say you're hesitant. Yeah, because at least with cross stitch and knitting, this is a live thing that if I mess up, I could kill, and then I have to start over again, and it's not cheap. Whereas with cross stitch and knitting, if I mess up, I pull it out, I fix it, and I move on. So, but I was able to find a really nice tree. This is a juniper I got for a decent price. And I ordered my tools, my very first tool set in the mail, and we're going to give this a go. So if you're interested in following along with me as I start my journey into bonsai, let me know, and maybe we'll feature this in some videos on the channel. As you can see, I also picked up a couple, you guessed it, mushrooms at the flower show while I was there. I couldn't pass that up. Doesn't that look awesome underneath my juniper? Now, typically, I don't think the Japanese bonsai masters would have mushrooms under their bonsai trees, but I don't do anything typically. So I like my mushrooms under my bonsai tree. And I'm sure Elena would not, argue. Would you, Elena? Or Olivia? Or Christine? Hi, Christine. How'd you like that video I sent you on Facebook? Anyways, okay. So that's what I'm all into this week. And I can't wait to get my bonsai tools to get started, even though I'm very anxious about actually getting in there and starting to prune. But we will get there when we get there. But let me know if you're interested in following. Maybe I'll do a live, not live, but a video of me exploring it while I go. And I don't know. But then, you know, I might get people that are actually like true bonsai experts and then they'll start judging me at whatever. So let's get into what you're in here for. Is that everything I'm into this week? Is that what everything I did? Yeah, it's been a fairly quiet week. Flower show, stitching, life. Yeah. So, my projects. This is what I haven't worked on a whole lot this week, and I think I know why, and we're going to talk about that today. So, the first thing I worked on this week was my chatelaine. So this is, and of course I don't have anything to put behind it because, you know, I don't ever plan ahead. My tea house chatelaine. There it is. So I will put a picture of it finished here. And what I got done was mainly all of this dark colors, the black and the dark greens in the bottom. There's some browns. I filled in some browns between the windows and then up in here through the top part of the walls. So slow going. It's a lot of heavy confetti, lots of colors in that section. And this is the entire width of the building. So it's not a very big building. It's not a very big chatelaine, but it's a lot of confetti. And it's a lot of exploring the pattern and finding where the colors are. And it's a lot of trying to navigate underneath the backstitch lines on the pattern. So this one's going to be a slow go. I'm probably not going to work on this again for a while. And we'll get to that in a little bit. So that's my chatelaine. Then, because I was kind of burned out from this, I moved on to Sunday. I worked on my secret stitch, the project I'm stitching for another person. So I can't show that to you right now. I will show that to you when I'm all done with it and it's gifted. But I worked on that on Sunday. Did I work on it on Monday? I think I just worked on it one day, Sunday. And again, we'll get back to that in a minute. Then on Monday, I decided, I was talking to Mindy about my quandary, and Minty Stitcher. And I said, well, what should I work on? Because I really don't know what I should do. So she said, I should work on London. So I pulled it out and I'm glad I did. So here is London. Again, I need something in the back. So there is London, and that is what I've been working on. So I'm working on the bottom portion of St. Paul's Cathedral. This is Parliament over here. So I've been trying to just work on one building at a time. St. Paul's is the largest building in the project. So I'm really working to get that one done. I don't have that much more to go, maybe like down to here, and then St. Paul's is done. And then I have one more tower here. But going down, that's as far down as I have to go. So I'm hoping I can get this section done this week. Maybe if I have a snow day tomorrow, I doubt it. Wishful thinking, but you never know. Maybe an early or a 2-hour delay. But so that is what I'm working on right now, and we're going to go at this for a while. So, London by Thea Gubner, or Thea Gubner. So I'm enjoying that right now. Again, it's still kind of slow, but you know, it is what it is. Let me put my ringer on silent because my phone's probably going to blow up for a while here. What can I say? It's Caroline. Okay, so that is my project so far. That's all I got done on stitching this week. Not a whole lot. I don't have very much purchases that I can remember. I don't think I purchased anything other than I have something coming in the mail, but that's knitting. And I purchased some needle minders because, you know, I was watching Yvonne, Night Owl Stitcher. Hi, Yvonne, my bestie, my southern bestie. And she talked about, and I know Michelle Farm Girl talked about this, was the original, I think, person that talked about this Etsy store. And I was like, you know, after I saw them on Yvonne's channel, I was like, maybe I'll go check them out. And of course, then I got hooked. So I bought 4 magnets. Now, the magnets you buy from, it's called Salt of the Art on Etsy. I'll link it below. And they are refrigerator magnets. So as you can see, they have the refrigerator magnet on the back. And what Yvonne told me to do is, and what she does is just put one of the backs of a needle minder she already has on the back, and it works out fine. Now, luckily, Judy, who is the owner of Salt of the Art, who makes all of these, sent me some small freebies, and I think these are just supposed to be like clouds, thought clouds of different, you know, a donut and a tomato, I guess. And they work perfectly, because I really don't care for these, but they work perfectly for backers. And they're nice, and they're big so that you can grab a hold of them. And I had asked Yvonne before I placed the order, do these magnets make any marks on the fabrics? And she said, absolutely not. There's no, and I haven't had any problems yet either. So very, very nice. So I haven't showed you what this is, but can you guess? Oh, I'm getting interrupted. Hold on. Hopefully that worked. Okay. So, anyways, the first one I got was a donkey. I think Yvonne has this one too. I thought he was cute. Oh, another freebie I got was an owl. This little owl. I ordered an owl. So I got a nice big owl in flight. So, like that one. I got some mushrooms. I love these mushrooms. Nice yellow stems, love it. You know which project that's going to go on. But my favorite that I got, because I love possums, so anyways, go check her out. She has awesome, mainly animals. I think there's some plants on there, marine life, all kinds of stuff. And I think she's looking to to build more. I think she's trying to put more animals on there, so a different species from around the world. So go check that out. And if you do, let them know that Yvonne sent you. Okay. Where did I put retreat? So typically I don't follow Nashville Market. But then this year, Gary from Fiber Talk, who I don't always listen to Fiber Talk because I have so much other stuff that I watched on a regular basis and listen to that I don't always have a chance to listen to, or it's just not topics that I'm very interested in. But I was actually out, Sunday when I was out at the flower show, Nicole, hi Nicole from Buckeye Stitcher, messaged me and said, have you seen this one video from Gary on Fiber Talk about this one person from Nashville Market? I thought you might be interested in the patterns. So of course, then when I got home, I had to go watch it. So I started watching all those short videos, and I'm going to link Fiber Talk below so that you can check out these channels, because there's a few I'm going to talk about. So typically I don't follow Nashville Market because then there's always so much hype, and I like stitching stuff that no one else is stitching because that's just how I am. I don't know. I like doing things that are different. But there's a few things that are coming out that I like. I'm not going to be in any hurry to buy them because I don't need to. And that's another thing that we need to talk about after we talk about this. So, Rosewood Manor is quickly growing to be one of my favorite designers. And the reason is because of her choice of color, the way that she lays out her patterns, and it's something about the way that she does her, that it's Karen, I believe, Karen Kluba, the way that Karen does her samplers, which are different than anybody else, and I really like the look of them. And right now there are 5 that I really like of hers. 3 of them are floral. So she has one I think is either out already or came out at market, maybe was last year's market, and it is irises. It's the irises sampler. I'm going to, again, you can find the video. It's an 8-minute video on Fiber Talk. Go check out the video. You can see all of these patterns together. I'm not going to put in pictures or anything because it's going to be too hard to find. Pictures. So I really like the irises picture because irises is one of my favorite flower. That I've always grown irises when I was growing up, and then even into adulthood I had irises, and I really like irises. The other one I really like that just came out at market is Hidden Tulips, and I know Danielle Citarisa showed that in her video as well. I really like the colors and the font that she used in the word tulips. And then I know she has a companion piece that came out of one that came out from last year, Sunrise. Sunset came out. And I don't know if I would actually stitch those 2 pieces, but I really like the look of them. And I would probably want to do it on black or a very dark color, but then it looks like there's some gray or dark colored flosses in it. So I don't know, but I really like those. And then she has the last pattern that I really, really, really like, of course, because it's yellow, is coming soon. I think she said it's going to come out late April or early May, and it's sunflowers. So go check out her video on Fiber Talk, I really like those patterns. Another one, the one that Nicole from Buckeye Stitcher had given me a heads up about is Ronnie Rowe Designs. And he does architectural designs mainly. So it's like dot work. So it's each individual X is, it's hard to explain. You just got to go check out the video. I think it might be like a 4 or 5 minute video on Fiber Talk. So he mainly has architectural, and then he has some cat ones. And some of the cat ones are just like they're black and white cat pictures with different colored eyes, which are pretty cool. So Nicole thought I would like the pictures because they're architectural. I do like them. They're different. And I'm not sure if I like them or if I like them just because they're different. I don't know if they're anything I would be interested in stitching in, but I'm definitely going to continue watching his designs over the next couple years because there might be some, some potential there for interest down the road. Right now I have so much stuff I really want to stitch. So, and the last one, and I don't know why, because I'm not a Plum Street sampler person. I'm not a primitive or old-fashioned, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's not my style, but I really liked her picture or the design she came out with called the Milk and Cream Company. I'm not sure why. I don't know. I don't know why I would ever want to stitch a cow that has a Quaker star on the side of it. I don't know, but I like it. It's different. Would I stitch it? I don't know, but I like it. So that is my take on Nashville Market this year, at least the videos that I saw on, because that's basically all I've seen, because I don't really go and look and research it because I don't know. I just don't do it. So last thing we have to talk about are my plans. So over the last week working on my chatelaine, I have really been struggling with feeling a wee bit overwhelmed with the amount of large projects I have and not feeling like I'm getting a lot accomplished. And I know I'm getting a lot accomplished. So don't go like freaking out and telling me in the comments that, oh my gosh, you're getting so much accomplished, Gerald, look at Henry and yeah. I realize that. And I know I get a lot accomplished, and I know I'm a fast stitcher compared to a lot of you. No offense taken on that, please. I have a lot more time than many of you do, and so I get a lot more. I get a lot accomplished, but I'm just feeling overwhelmed, and I think it's just because I have so many large projects started. So for the next few weeks, or at least for the next month, I'm really going to focus on a couple of them. I'm not calling it a rotation, even though it probably basically is. I don't know. I hate that. I'm not locking myself into anything. And of course, this is all subject to change whenever my feelings change or whatever. But I really just want to focus on getting some of these projects done, or at least getting one of the large projects done to feel like a huge accomplishment is done. So I'm probably really going to become a fairly monogamous stitcher, and then a stitcher of some small stuff and the one that you can't see. So every Sunday I'm planning on stitching my secret stitch, and that is going to kind of be like a palette cleanser, a relaxing Sunday stitch to just relax and unwind. And even if I continue on Monday, I go back to the same one that I was working on Saturday, at least Sunday it's just like a way to unwind and kind of cleanse my brain of, I don't know, feeling overwhelmed if I am. I don't know. But I also want to get that one done because it's a gift. So like it's not like an urgent, I have to get it done because the person has no idea. but I kind of would like to have it done by, I was saying Easter. It's not going to happen by Easter, maybe summer. So I'm thinking I'm going to work on that on Sundays. And then I will work on my main two projects that I'm going to be working on and focusing on are Henry and London. Because again, if you remember at the beginning of the year, those are the two projects that I said I would really like to get finished this year. And if not finished, I would like to get the majority of it done. And I'm doing really well with progressing on Henry, and I want to keep that progression going. So you're probably going to see Henry again soon. I'm going to work on London at least through the end of the week. I might work on one other small project, my snowy owl that I only have like 15 stitches in. I might work on that a little bit here and there. But again, mainly my main three projects are going to be my secret stitch and London and Henry. And we'll go from there. Again, I don't do plans really. I stitch what I feel like stitching on. But whenever I do start to stitch on something, I like to get a chunk done, like say a whole page of Henry or an entire section on, my planned out section on London or whatever. So you're probably not going to see the shadow lane for a while. You're probably not going to see mushrooms for a while unless I get a resurgence of feeling like, I could whip out a motif on the mushroom over a weekend, or maybe Elena, lights a fire under me to stitch a motif, because if I see her stitching on it, I might want to stitch on it. Hint, hint, Elena, hint, hint. So I think that's it. Again, I want to thank all of you for sticking with me, watching my videos, liking, subscribing, sharing. I was horribly honored whenever I was watching Danielle's video yesterday and saw I made it onto her oh my god moments of the week. And I was listening and I was like, because I figured Henry wasn't done, so I was definitely not going to be me. And then all of a sudden she said my name, and I'm like, no, what? It's like, what is she going to say? And then I realized what it was about. So go check that out. I'm honored, Danielle. Thank you very much. So also, real quick, I know many of you are knitting along with me. I'm enjoying watching your progress on Instagram and in our Facebook group, Friday Off the Grid. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think so. So remember, keep in mind that Caroline is on vacation from making those videos for a little bit to spend time with her family. So enjoy working and practicing on your dishcloths. I am enjoying working on my dishcloths. I haven't really knitted much because I've been focusing on cross stitching, but there's a lot of free dishcloth patterns on Ravelry that you can go on and just practice doing basic stitches and getting a feel for doing some different things. And that's allowed. You can do that. So go check that out, because it's going to be maybe, I don't know, I think she said a week or two before we see any videos for the hat. So be patient with that. We both appreciate your patience on that, and that will be coming out, because I know I'm looking forward to getting started on the hat, and but it'll come in time. And we're doing it for fun, and that's what it's all about. So with that being said, I appreciate again all of your likes, comments, and subscriptions to my channel. If you have I've been saying this a lot, if you have any interest in an idea for a video, please shoot me a message. I'm always looking for suggestions. I'm working on some research now for a topic that will hopefully be coming out soon. And I'm also going to film a follow-up to my Lowry stand. So all of you who had questions about the Lowry stand, please bear with me. It will be coming in the next week or so. So have a happy week and enjoy every stitch. Bye.